With Christmas less than a week away, I think it's fitting to do something for the holidays. Well, I won't be doing anything. Meet Santa. Real. Our favorite icon for Christmas has just been dropped into the world of Dark Souls, and now's the time we follow him around. He sees us when we're sleeping after all, so we'll know when he's awake. As for the build, she has a trusty icicle to do battle with, as well as Christmas miracles for healing. Saint Nick will obtain some more items later, but for now, it's time for our friend here to take out the Crystal Lizard, then Gundyr. It looks like Gundyr has been the victim of an attack. That doesn't make him any less naughty though. I mean, his heart is literally infected with the pus of man, and that's reason enough to stop him. Gundyr isn't too difficult thankfully, and the Icicle Rapier is a trusty weapon indeed. The Swordmaster, he was on the nice list. I don't know why he did that. After some assorted leveling, Santa heads to the Shrine Handmaid and buys a Prism Stone, plus a leather shield for something in a second. Then we find out Santa isn't opposed to a little sequence breaking, which translates to trading those purchased items for 2 Twinkling Titanite, killing a bug for a third, and the Silver Serpent Ring. That gets us 2 upgrades on our Icicle, although I still have no clue how Andre smiths an Icicle. Now in High Wall, most enemies that choose to engage us don't survive. There is one notable enemy here, this Lothric Knight, who gives old Saint Nick a new look from his chestplate. And with this new look, we grab all the things in the High Wall Armory, and free Grey Rat, who isn't naughty. He has a good heart, or at least Santa seems to think so. Now to the Frostbite immune dog that's terrorizing the High Wall of Lothric. I think he deserves to go down. It's a bit of a challenge, not being able to Frostbite Vord. Those damage numbers make up for it in spite of that. And Santa is able to get there in the end. There are some dogs terrorizing innocent people in the settlement after Vort, and man, Santa is really getting jaded to this world fast. We find Grey Rat's Christmas gift on this sack here, and grab some goodies for ourselves. We see a fake Santa here? Well, we obviously have to take him out. There's no telling what nefarious actions he's been up to. We go ahead and hand out Grey Rat's Christmas gift, and he seems happy with it. For now, it's time to spread some Christmas cheer around this tree. But hey, why is the tree moving? It seems to have been afflicted with some disease. We gotta take it out too. We pop all these bubbles on it, but it doesn't seem done with us yet. It destroys the floor, and before you know it, I'm falling to my death. Santa is able to survive somehow, and we pop some more bubbles, although they're getting to be in some weird spots. And then we finish the boss off. Now, it's time to spread Christmas cheer in a different way. We help out Sigurd, a kind-hearted man who's trying to deal with this demon. Thankfully, Santa can fight too, so we go ahead and help him out. We manage to grab the Chloranthy ring, as well as taking out another corrupted frost monster. I hope we find the source of these soon. Before we move on, we grab the Mortician's Ashes and free Arena. We'll have a gift for her in a second, but for now, we have a Hoarder to fight. Hoarding is never going to land you on the nice list, and especially when you start attacking Santa with the spells you hoard, you're ending up on the wrong side of Santa's Icicle. This time, we have a special treat for the Sage. There's some more Twinkling Titanite here, 3 total to be exact, and that gets us to +3 on our main weapon. Now's the time we get Med Heal from Arena, and equip it for a more powerful Christmas miracle. There's another Bone Shard in the Cathedral, but other than that, it's just a straight shot to the Deacons. The Deacons are worshippers of an evil cause. What they should be doing is worshipping Santa. I can't change what they practice, but in this world, ending up on the naughty list also puts you on my hit list. So sooner or later, these worshippers of Aldrich go down. We go ahead and level our mana, Then head down to Farron Keep. And man, this place has fallen into disrepair. Whoever is in charge of this place is surely evil. There's an Estus shard, and a bone shard too. But there's also the stray demon on this solitary bridge. He throws coal at us, but that's our job. Santa isn't naughty. That's right, give me your soul. Now, we can shoot coal at enemies too. And it does great damage. With enough wandering around this broken city, we find something. And as the first Abyss Watcher approaches us, we want to teach him a lesson. Unfortunately, he won't let us throw our coal for a good while before we finally hit him with one. He's knocked down, but not out. So it's time to move on to the more advanced concepts of our lesson. Our icicle. Eventually, it seems he dies, but he comes back with a vengeance. If that doesn't prove that he's evil, I don't know what does. He's pretty scary with most of those attacks, but there's not much real threat if you know the Watchers. And though we run out of Estus flasks, we secure the Watcher's spot on the naughty list. After a level up, and some weird drops. Oh, Twinkling Titanite too. We come across a goblet, and it takes us nowhere? Oh god. You're naughty just for scaring me like that. Thankfully, this skeleton is no more intimidating than the regular ones. After another demon goes down, there's some Twinkling Titanite in the Smoldering Lake. And here's the old Demon King. He let his kingdom fall into disrepair, so we're here to take him out. Thankfully, we shred him with our icicle, so it's not really a problem. Even after he powers up, it's just a long errand. Come on, take your coal. Take it! After that, we step into what I can only describe as the North Pole. Who owns this place? Can I take it back? Santa explores the North Pole, but finds no king or queen anywhere. And so, Santa decides to move on for now. Who's this? Seeker of the Spurned? I think you have the wrong Kris Kringle. We go ahead and run through the dungeon, and we have a farm to do for much, much later. We killed this gargoyle many times, and some of you know why. For those who don't, just wait. For now, Yorm the Giant is next on our list of naughty people. For refusing to link the flame, he's not the worst person in the world, but he is naughty. After getting his head down low, damage isn't immediately noticeable, and the same story happens when we throw coal at him. Nonetheless, this fight isn't hard. It's just a very tedious time waster. And for that, I think is a good reason Yorm is on the naughty list. Phase 2 comes after a few minutes, then the end of the fight, all in due time. Now, we're back at the North Pole just to explore a bit more. After enough running, we find someone in charge. Pontiff stole the North Pole from me, and for that, he's going down. He's quite weak to parries, and a big chunk of his health is gone just from one. Of course, we're weak to, well, everything, being a Dark Souls character. So, to Pontiff, he's almost killed us, but thankfully we can heal. And with an aerial parry, we take him out. There are some more crystal lizards outside of his arena, and these give us the last Twinkling Titanite we need for a weapon to make it to +4. And after upgrading it, and leveling up, we continue to enter Lundo. There's an Estus shard among the rubble, and there's a boss who, I don't even know what it did. Regardless of that, a +4 icicle lets old Saint Nick do good damage. Damage so good, Aldrich does his quick transition into Phase 2. Phase 2 isn't any harder, it just lets us throw our coal at Aldrich. Otherwise, none of the really annoying attacks come out this fight. so it ends pretty quick. And while trying to deliver another gift, we get ambushed by the dancer. I don't want to kill her, but I'll have to if I want to move on. Dancer is a bit of a tough fight, with unnatural attacks and a generally fast fight speed. When we reach phase 2, she pulls out another sword, and that fact is amplified. We still know how to punish her though, so she finally earns her spot on the naughty list. Hey guy, no need to be so down. Take this. Oh no, don't. Oh my god, no. Heading into Lothric Castle, we don't head to Lothric, and instead go to the left. There's another area with some goodies, but more importantly, there's a boss. Oceiros has let his kingdom fall into absolute disrepair. On top of that, he's lost his mind. I think we're doing him a favor. We frostbite him within a couple hits, but otherwise, damage is good. Pretty soon, he loses his mind further, and goes into phase 2. This phase is a lot more of a challenge. Oceiros becomes erratic, and sometimes hurts you without warning. And though the fight is close, you can't keep Kris Kringle down. Moving forward in this area, we grab an important emote and reveal a hidden wall to another area. You can't hide from Santa. This area is identical to the one we started in though, just lacking the light. What's going on here? Gundyr? Except he's not infected by the pus of man. But it seems like he still wants revenge. Revenge is not something you should seek, so we'll have to take him out. But he gets his revenge at first. We're back for more though, and have a more or less flawless victory on it. Now, we have a secret area to go to, and here is the ancient Wyvern, who we need to kill to get to the real boss. Thankfully, just one plunging attack does the trick. It's a lot of running to our next important thing. Even some climbing. There's a free Titanite slab up here, and we use it to finally obtain a +5 icicle. Now, we can cause a hurricane in Archdragon Peak. And man, this makes me wish Rudolph was here. The Nameless King seems to have a steed of his own, and to fight him, we're gonna have to decommission it. The initial hits are promising, but not a fight ender. Well, we do end phase 1, but the fact we did good damage didn't end the fight. You know what? You don't get to see phase 2 for that. Now, it's time to actually finish off Lothric Castle. The first boss we kill here is Dragonslayer Armor, who I always thought was a hollow suit of armor, but apparently not, because we can frostbite it with our icicle. There are plenty of situations in which we can get quite a few hits in against the armor, and the fight lasts long enough for us to get a second frostbite in. But that's where the fight ends. We have the option of dunking Santa's head in wax in the Grand Archives, but that's not in the Christmas spirit, so we pass. Other than that, it's about grabbing our final goodies, then fighting the Twin Princes. The Twin Princes happen to be one of my worst bosses. Thankfully, they can be frostbitten pretty easily. Santa actually accomplishes a pretty flawless phase 1, with one hit taken. Phase 2 is pretty much the same fight, just longer and quicker. Dodge, attack, etc. If you can, hit Lorien in the back. Otherwise, just swing when you can. After a minute or two, they go down. After a couple more levels, we're ready to get to the DLC. It's a straight run to our first boss, and it's a bit of a tough one, but the dogs go down, no issue. One thing we know about the Gravetender is that he likes to block. A lot. Thankfully, we can use our weapon art to our advantage here. Shield Splitter does damage through shields, so with a bit of pestering, we can kill the Grave Tender, and the Great Wolf is, well, a bigger wolf. So, the first boss is easy. And after quite a bit more running, we unlock our next boss. Frida pisses Santa off, and you don't want to mess with an angry Santa. Let's do this. Now, we should keep moving forward. We'll continue using our icicle, because that battle was a special battle. There's a shortcut or two Santa knows in the Dreg Heap, but we're to our next boss pretty quick. The Demon Prince is a boss alright. It's kind of a slog, just stabbing away, but Santa is here to take out the rest of the demons, and we won't give up. It takes a while, but the demon in pain goes down, and then the demon from below. Oh, and the Demon Prince. Don't worry, it's just like 10 minutes of fighting. The Ring City is full of running, and weird gimmicks, and a pre-fight that's boring before the real Midir fight. Which, while Midir isn't explicitly weak to anything, he is weakest to thrust damage, so our icicle is actually a good tool. It's all about staying in front of him, dodging away, and making sure to capitalize on your punish window. After a stagger, and finishing him off, we win pretty swiftly. And then we have Half-Baked. Yes, I make this joke every video, and yes, he's just as easy. And then we meet this nice young lady. Oh, your egg is cracked. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. I can get you a new one. Ugh. So apparently she took us somewhere? Where is everyone? A Santa impersonator? Did you do this? Well, only one thing left to do. This Santa is the toughest one yet. He's certainly tougher than me, but he still gets his fair share of coal too, for his stolen valor. The fight is straightforward, with him attacking and us dodging, then returning fire. After a while, he falters, but he becomes something else. That isn't Santa. We give him more coal, and he starts to use his cape to attack us. Whatever this thing is, it's not spreading any Christmas cheer. Eventually, it even starts summoning lightning. Despite it all, we take out this demonic thing, as it clings to the life that's draining out of its body. I have one more gift to give.
My thanks, Ashen One. With this will I paint a world. Please tell me thy name. I will name this painting after thee. My thanks. I will paint a world of that name. It will be a cold, dark, and very gentle place. And one day, it will make someone a goodly home. I wonder when Uncle Gale intends his return. I hope the new painting will be to him a gentle home.
I'm sorry, kid. We have one duty left to fulfill, and that duty is to end the Edge of Fire. The Guardian is a joke, frankly. Nothing compared to even some of the early bosses in the game. And it goes down, all the same. And so, we summon the Firekeeper to end the Age of Fire.
The first flame quickly fades. Darkness will shortly settle. But one day, tiny flames will dance across the darkness. Like embers linked by Lord's path.
Or how about we get a gift for ourselves? Happy holidays.
Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash